Hello, it is your sleepless god back with something interesting. What if Midoriya had the power of Heat Blast? So, just some comments of because I know I've been gone for a little bit, just a little bit, not for too long, right? Because I was finishing Bleach. Now, if you guys want me to do Bleach what ifs, Bleach storylines, or anything like that, I am definitely willing to do that. Right now, I have an idea of Bleach. Uh, I want to give Ichigo a devil fruit. I have a devil fruit in my mind that I have an idea of, but any other devil fruit that you think that would work really well with Ichigo's fighting style and Ichigo's thing, go ahead and let it go through. But let's start this what if. So the storyline kind of changes the My Academia universe. That if early in the universe's startup they counted when quarks started to become more natural and quarks became easier, the government started cutting out people that didn't have quarks and actually ostracizing them, making them look like they're weaker as well as cheaper to make, easier to throw away. They started actually selling children who are quarkless, and you can get $200. Not a lot, but $200 for your quirkless kid. Just for one quirkless kid. What's so big about that? But with it came the sacrifice of these kids because they started doing experiments. The realization that there is a hidden gene in quirkless kids that is not in quirked kids. A mutation to turn into something incredible, alien to the rest of us. Of the 4,000 kids who's been put into there, 1% of them survived the experiments. One of them was a young man named Azuka Midoriya, who was traded in by his mother and father at the age of 6. They experimented him with his amazing abilities that they nicknamed Heat Blast. He can control fire in his normal state without the little watch device that they call the Omnitrix that they put on his chest. The hotter he gets, the more fire up he is. Meaning, the longer he uses his abilities, the more and more burning it gets. But with Heat Blast, his true abilities, he becomes as hot as the fucking sun. And isn't so hot that some people can't even match him in heat. It makes Endeavor look like a fucking baby. But throughout years and planning and situational purpose, Azuka Midoriya and 3 others, nicknamed Code A, Code B, Code C, and Code D, but they have their own nicknames for them. One's called Big Chill. The other comes Diamond Head. The other one is called Energy. And the last one is called Ghost Freak. With them planning together this experimental plan, they destroyed the institution that made them. But with Heat Blast, the main boss of it, overcharging the reactor to make a big boom to destroy it. Everyone thought he was dead. Until 5 years later, we see an older looking man, not that old, but around the ages of 16, holding that looked like a cigarette for a couple seconds, but you realize when you zoom in, it's actually just a match, as the cold air around him his freezing touch as he looks at a map, as you realize the name of the map, as it says Russia. You realize he's in the Arctics of Russia. Freezing temperatures below -degrees some days. Below 0 degrees. Some days into the negatives. Sometimes the warmest it gets is -20. As you see him with no jacket on, not even a coat, just on fire, hitting the walls. Hitting. Boom, 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 boom. Like he's almost maddening with his rage. As you hear a voice. Hello, sir. Hello. As he looks over, he sees an older looking man, white hair and an eye patch on one of his eyes. He says, yes, what do you need? It is time. We found him. Finally, where is he? Japan, sir. And the rest also in Japan. What a fucking coincidence. As his fire blazed in his hands, almost turning a bluish color. I love the flames. I hate the abilities, though. What about you? As he says, as an older man, as someone like you who is a younger fellow, I can understand why you hated the abilities. But as me who's dealt with the passage of time itself in his hands for as long as millennium, it feels like I know this way too well. And I know how to act. Okay. Let's get going. As he starts walking away to a massive ship as you see the engine blasting, hopping on it. You see him look out to the freezing tundra of the Russian. He says, let it burn with it. As you see him, hands catch into non-flames as you see him walk. Still match in hand. Puts it into his mouth. Sail off. As they sail off to sea, breaking the ice as they go, as it takes multiple days to get there, is when finally he makes it there. He lands onto shore. As the old man that we now know his name, Cedric looks at him and says, we've made it to Japan. I know what this looks like. I'm not an idiot. She grabs a match and flicks it away. It is your home country, isn't it, sir? Yes. A place that I despise some days. But other eyes remember as I go. Where are they? They particularly are in homes, like you suggested. Funding has been sent to Japan adoption centers to adopt. I'm sorry, I'm counting now. 4? Was it 4? Yeah, it's 4. Ghost Freak, yeah. It's 4. 4 young 10-year-old kids and bring them to schooling. Yeah. What about the Dark Agency? Completely destroyed. You should know that. I know. But I love hearing it. As he says, you did it, sir. Why are you always saying that? I want you to know this. 5 years of my life was used destroying that motherfucker to the ground. There's one last step, and it's not even a step. It's a stone in the make of this. I'm more happier than a schoolgirl. I could yell and scream right now. Sir, please do not. It's an expression, Cedric. But as he rubs his hands a little bit, as you see some scars, it's not without cost. Humanity is one of them. As he starts walking and walking and walking, as he finally gets onto the road, his flashbacks from the doctor's office, from his home, as he looks up, as he sees an older looking man, about the ages like 35, 36, holding hands of a beautiful little girl with the older looking woman as well, but not that old, not by much, about like 30, but she could look younger, 28, 29ish, dim looking, beautiful. Her hair green, his hair completely black. The girl's a mix. He looks at it and closes his eyes, knowing who it is. They saw pictures. He's not a fucking idiot. He knows what happened after he left. They made another version of him that was better. But this one wasn't a fucking failure like the last one, in their opinions at least. Sir, do you want to talk to them? As he grabs another match from his pocket and lights it. You think I want to talk to those savages? I'd rather let them see themselves dead. But I would never do anything to them. They might be terrible people, but they're still my family. Sir, do you need me to buy you any more matches? You're the one that started this, you know this, right? I used to just smoke away packs of cigarettes, but no, I have matches. Sir, they're more healthy for you than cigarettes, and you at least burn a habit. At least can we have like stage cigarettes or something? I can buy you stage cigarettes if you need stage cigarettes. Maybe like a pack or something for dramatic effects. You should work for now. As she keeps on walking, as he says, what school are we going to again? You should know it. It's right by your middle school. You mean like Quirk Elementary High or something like that? Exactly. They actually fit right in with their abilities. Particularly, Missy. Who the fuck is Missy? Oh, sorry. Big Chill. She has a name? She does now. Missy. Sounds like a fucking idiot named her. I named her, sir. My point stands correctly. Sir, please. We're just around the block. School is almost out. Others? Well, let me grab their files. As he pulls out like a little slip of paper as he starts walking. Well, Big Chill, Missy. What you called Diamond Head is named Kevin. Ghost Freak, Rachel. Ghost Freak was a girl? Yes. Fuck. Really? Yes. Are you sure? Like 100%? Yes. She was gendered as a girl from the beginning. Okay, but she scares the fucking bejeebus out of me. It doesn't matter. And energy, Michael, Michael, Michael. You're talking about that crazy motherfucker who could shoot energy out of his hands and is like super radioactive. You named him the normal ass name Michael? Yes. Oh, agreeable. Okay. Are we here? As you walk up to a giant, it's actually a pretty big high school, as he says, yes. Usually I pick him up around 10 more minutes. They're going to be surprised to see you, though. You know, especially because they've been noticing you dead. Well, things go where they go. She starts leaning on it as he looks around, as he starts getting flashbacks to when he was a kid, getting bullied, his body getting crushed and burned. Now, nothing heat can affect him. He can dump himself in boiling hot water, and not even a trace of burns can affect his body. He can even put himself he can put himself into the literal magma, and it'll come out almost fine as nothing ever happened. As in his musings, he hears beep, 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 as he hears the bells go out, as he looks up, as he sees hundreds of kids, and one of them he knows, Bakugo Katsuki. A fucking idiot, as he went. But as it goes, that idiot grew. As he passed by, black uniform, and looking at him. Just a second. But Bakugo didn't even care. Could be a similar facial structure. Bakugo doesn't even know. As the 5 came out. Is there's 5? Yeah, there's 4. Sorry, miscounted 4. As you can see them chatting above themselves. Well, 5 because of, Midoriya. But as the first one to notice is Michael, or Energy. As he says, hey, who's that guy? Standing right next to, old man. That old man has a name, Michael. Be respectful. Well, okay. But who is he? He says, as he looks at it. As you see, Big Chill stands out and goes as fast as humanly possible as he comes right up to him and says, heatblast. Well, welcome back, Missy. You know that's not. As you see a head hit him in the head as he launches back a couple inches and he says, what the fuck was that for? As you see blood start coming out of his forehead, he says, first off, wherever the fuck you've been, and second off, call me Big Chill. As this is where we're going to end it off now. Hope you guys like it. Just remember, what if Ichigo had a devil fruit? Might be coming out sooner than later. So just remember, what devil fruit do you think Ichigo should have? If you guys have not watched One Piece, don't comment, because you're just going to go through a cycle. But thank you very much, and goodbye.